done in the past. So, yeah.
Okay. This is a poem entitled "Only," and its author is unknown. So I can't attribute it to anyone, but I think it's meaningful. Only a little dewdrop sparkling in the morning sun, but it just reflected heaven, and it blessed the heart of one. Only a tiny sunbeam shining for a little while, but it filled the heart of sadness, and it brought a sudden smile. Only a little rosebud, drooping low its fragrant head, but it cheered the little sick girl lying in her little bed. Only a note of music ringing through the gloomy wood, but it reached a weary wanderer, and it did a world of good. Only a word said kindly, falling on a wounded heart, but it brought a rich, sweet blessing and did healing balm impart. Only a tiny token from a heart that's filled with love. Give it, asking God's own blessing. The effects you'll see above.
Thank you, guys. We'll stand now for the Pledge of Allegiance by Candy Johnson.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Candy. The minutes will be read by Joyce.
Okay, the minutes of October 11, 2018. The meeting was held here, of course. After being welcomed by President Jim McCarthy, Gary Engler led the pledge to the flag and did an inspirational reading entitled My Credo of Life by Pat Fleming. Jim McCarthy welcomed the new members who were Suzanne Muskie, I'm sorry if I muddled that, Maggie Brownlee, Morris Jones, Kim Cashmere, Giselle Knobloch, Beth O'Neill, and Ellen Arita. Newsy notes were read by the corresponding secretary, Nancy Hannah. Jim and Pat McCarthy's daughter was married at Elmwood Park Zoo, and they noted that it was a great place to hold a special event. Cheryl Flieger's husband, Harvey, had surgery recently. Cheryl, how's he doing?
He's doing much better.
Okay. Candy Johnson has 3 new grandchildren and couldn't attend because she was babysitting. In addition, she was recovering from knee replacement surgery. Are you recovered?
I am recovered, thank you.
Not from the grandchildren?
No,
from the knees?
the grandchildren will be ongoing.
Okay. Jean Branco went to England in September and met with her pen pal of 66 years. This is the 3rd time they have met. Mary Meyer enjoyed visiting San Antonio, Texas. Betty Ann Young is excited to announce that her son Jamie and his wife have a baby. Kim Cashmere was on a cruise to Cuba. Mary Beth Ambroso's daughter Alexandra got married over the summer. Nancy Hannum announced that we received a thank you note from the Norristown Library for our donation in remembrance of deceased members. We will be sending another donation in memory of Edith Goldenberg and Steve Brzezinski. Mrs. Smith sent around a sign-up sheet for pledges for the breast cancer walk in Philadelphia. And then Mr. Ed Roth spoke to us. He's the principal at Morristown High School. He informed us that he was a principal at Upper Darby School for 4 years and a social studies teacher prior to that. He is working on his doctorate at Temple University. This is his 2nd year as principal at Morristown High School. He talked about the many activities going on during homecoming week. In a year, every student in the district will have a Chromebook. AP and honors courses are being utilized by more students and the scores are improving, and both of our guests today are in an AP math course. And I think Victoria took her test yesterday. Did you take an AP? Literature. Okay, math comes next week.
Yeah.
Just check. There are over 1,000 students at the high school who had perfect attendance at the end of the first marking period. He talked about the importance of changing the perception of Norristown School District. One positive indicator of improvement in the high school is that the number of fights has decreased. The next meeting will be held today. Nancy Collier spoke about the upcoming 40th anniversary of the Hall of Champions and Hall of Fame. There have been 183 alumni inducted into the Hall of Champions and 193 alumni inducted into the Hall of Fame. Charlie Blockson will be honored at that event, and I'm sure it went very, very well, Nancy's event. Dr. Almonte gave the treasurer's report, and he reported that we had $2,442 in the checking account. Eileen Murray won the door prize. The 50-50 drawing collected $150, and Mary Beth Amoroso won it, and she took home $75. Now, is there anyone who wants to buy the 50-50 tickets? I'm available. Yes. Okay, I will be around. Are there any additions or corrections to these? Did I just say through something, get something incorrect? Okay.
Nobody would dare.
Nancy, you have the Lucy notes?
I'm going to project louder. My head is set. First of all, I want to give the correspondence notes. Following this meeting, we will be donating to the library once again, and this is upon the death of our members. We give $30 for each member, and this time we have 5 members to remember. Elizabeth Betty Bednar, Bill Detweiler, Irina Sandler, Betty Zopp, and Joe Hogan-Tobler. Keep them in our memory. For the newsy notes, I have a couple notes here. One is from Jean Martin, and her sad note is that Jean's husband passed away on November 9th. Her glad note, Sharon Bernarmel and Jean Martin drove to Florida in the middle of March and shared some fun adventures and returned home still friends. Sharon Fliegler's husband Harvey sends his regards to all of you. Harvey is recuperating from a cancerous mass on his right kidney. He's going to rehab, but he still doesn't have much energy. Hopefully, with time, he will start to feel better. Mary Motters. Mary and Scott are going to become grandparents for the first time. Joyce Crespo Wargo. Joyce and her family are very proud of Joyce's 14-year-old grandson, who is one of 24 soccer goalkeepers that were invited to try out for next year's national team. Congratulations.
He made it. He is going to California at the beginning of June. Wow. There will be 6 goalies to try out for the national team, so he made that first cut.
I have, to add to the newsy notes, I have 2 people that requested to talk to you in person, and one is Beverly Burke. Beverly, take it away.
Got my notes here. Okay, you're connected. All right, thank you. My grandson, Andrew Payson Bolters. And I don't know how many had Drew in class, but I want to thank you all for getting him in. What you did for him was marvelous. He is graduating from University of Pennsylvania next week. He's a BA in economics and an engineering entrepreneurship from the School of Engineering. He's been in all kinds of campus activities through the years, 4 years, and local politics, and a TA for an MBA entrepreneurship course. He's doing alumni interviews and for prospective people that want to go to Penn next year. And he's also is one of the 10 seniors to be interviewed for the school paper. And it was a 2-page spread. It's wonderful. He's going to be going to Austin, Texas next on the 24th of this month. He's going to be working for the Indeed Corporation. He got the job last year in December. They wanted him. So he and his girlfriend of 5 years, she was valedictorian at Norristown. So they're going down, and she's in the medical field. So it's wonderful, and I'm so proud of him, and I thank you for helping him along the way.
Barbara and I don't know the lad, but we had his mother.
Laurie Baltrus. Yes.
At Paul Fly and
At Paul
Resort.
Fly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we share something.
Yes, you do.
Okay, now that's the
I'm sure they will.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, it's going to be a girl. Oh, really? Mary said no girl grandchild. All right, one more announcement, and this one is Joe Leaf. Joe Leaf has sent me a newsy note, but he has updated his newsy note, so he's here in live person to tell you about it.
Thank you. My wife and I visited Bob and Jean Watson of Chesley Street, England. Bob was the assistant deputy head of the Castleview School in England, for which there was a formal British exchange program with Norristown Area High School for 25 years. So I think I'll just read this for one reason, and keep it shorter. The program was begun by NAHS English teacher Elizabeth Betty Bagger in the mid-1970s, and this wonderful intercultural experience lasted until 2001, the effect of 9/11. British students from the Castleview School in Sunderland, Northern England, spent 3 weeks at NAHS each spring, and NAHS students visited the Castleview School at the end of the American school year. Students stayed with families in the community, attended classes, and participated in field trips to cultural and historic sites. British students traveled on trips to New York, Philadelphia, Washington, and Lancaster County, among other places. NAHS students toured London, Newcastle, York, historic castles and cathedrals, Hadrian's Wall, and the George Washington family ancestral home. Lifelong friendships resulted for both students and teachers involved in the exchange. Besides myself, other long-term Norristown Area School District staff involved in the British Exchange Program included Jan Pierce. I don't see her here today, but she was very active in the 1980s and went to England also. Sandy McCarraher and Sheila Carroll. Current NAHS teachers Neil and Janet Schaefer directed the program during its 5 final years. And I was in contact with Janet, and she said, yes, their counterpart in England actually came over for the marriage and was in Neil's wedding party here. So Bob and Jean Watson send your greetings to their friends in Norristown and thank everyone for their fine memories of the British Exchange Program with the Norristown Area School District. Thank you.
This time we'll have a nice luncheon, and we will start back up with Marvin and Victoria's presentation right after lunch. About 10 days before today, Nancy gets a phone call from her contact person here while we're being bumped out of the other room. 10 days before. When I coached, I always went with what, so what, now what? What was like, you gotta be kidding me. Where we're going with this menu after and luncheon after everyone has committed. Nancy comes over, hey, let's try to work something out. They were putting us here, they were putting us there, they were putting us on the 18th hole. So That's where we got the what, so what, now what. Nancy,
So we got the 19th hole instead.
we had, oh, that's what I said coming in. We, look at our new addition we put onto our white room over there, or the smaller room. So you make things work. As teachers, we are one of the most flexible groups I think you can find. We, rather than react, we respond. And that's what Nancy did in this scenario. Thank you. You make things work. You make things work. Thank you. And anybody else that's involved, please. This is our luncheon. If there's something that we can enhance, please get back to us on. And in that situation, Edie and Judy are here, Gary's here with Judy. If you would like to be part of the leadership team, come on board. I mean, it's a worthwhile cause, and we're always looking for new people to come in, be president, vice president, recording secretary. It's not a ton of time consumption, it's just concentrated. Speaking of concentrated, Al Morphy, how does he do what he does? How does he, to his benefit and to his plus, you get one email after another to the penny on where we're going and how we got there. So thank you, Al, for all you do. That's doing an amazing job. And we'll have Al's Treasury report coming up after we have our two special guests. I've had the pleasure of seeing or having contact with both of them. Victoria Lee went to Whitehall when I was at Whitehall. Tremendous student, and it doesn't surprise any of us who have come in contact with Victoria that she's where she is now. She's going to talk first about her journey and how she's moving on to Drexel. And then Marvin's, I had the pleasure of kind of, after coaching, falling into, well, I want to go see a wrestling match. And lo and behold, there's Marvin out there brawling. So Marvin will talk to us about his journey, which is varied. We've all had excellent students like both of these young people, and we were looking forward to hearing from you now. Victoria?
Good afternoon. I think it's afternoon, right? Good afternoon. My name is Victoria Lee. I am currently a senior at Norristown Area High School. As an active member of the school community, I am the president of the As an active member of the school community, I am the president of the class of 2019, treasurer of the National Honor Society. I am the VEX Robotics team captain, senior school board representative, student council member, member of orchestra, sling strings, and jazz band. With my involvement in the district, I have met and established relationships with so many people. So, in light of Teacher Appreciation Week, I would like to thank all the teachers for their consistent support and encouragement as students just like me during their education towards success. Teachers do not just teach what the class specifies, but they teach us students important life lessons. So, looking back at my experience as a student in the Norristown Area School District, so many teachers have influenced and shaped me into the person I am today. For instance, my 8th grade, middle school teachers have all taught me to speak publicly with a lot of other people. They've also taught me that, that I'm not as stupid as I think I am. They all encourage me to take advanced placement courses, which is why I take AP Math and AP English and everything. And finally, the most influential teacher in all of my years of high school was my robotics advisor, Mr. Altman. He exposed me to robotics and STEM, and he also helped me volunteer and attend girl-powered events for women interested in STEM. Which is why I'm going to Drexel for biomedical engineering. I'm attending the 5-year master's program.
Stay up there. And as a token of our appreciation, we'd like to thank Victoria Lee once again. Okay, Marvins, you're up, big guy.
Marvin, talk to me. Project your voice way back here, okay?
Oh, he's loud.
Good afternoon. My name is Marvin. I'm from Haiti. I moved here January 2016. So I played football. I was the captain of the football team. I wrestled. I was the captain of the wrestling team also. I play tennis. And I do ROTC at school. I'm the captain of the radio team also. I do clubs. I also do some clubs, but I'm not an officer or something in the club. But I still like to do the clubs, activities, and stuff like that. And when I came here, I didn't know any English, so my teachers, they were really patient with me, and that's what pushed me to be where I am right now. And because a lot of kids that didn't speak English at the time, most of them didn't want to even go to school anymore. Like a lot of classmates of mine, they want to go to school. And in Haiti, the teachers in Haiti and here is really not the same. In Haiti, it's like a college. If you don't pay attention, the teachers not gonna stay on their own time, help you. Here, the teachers stay after school, help the kids, and I really think that it's just for them. And me, not knowing any English, the teachers help me. The teachers that push me the most, that made me where that pushed me like so I can be here today. Is Sir Shearer, he's our army instructor. Since I joined his class, he helped me really a lot, pushed me to play sports, helped me with my academics, helped me with my English, give me so I could translate in school and everything. So, and also I would like to really thank my coaches that helped me a lot to do all that. So I'm really thankful to meet them. And my plans for next year, I'm planning on going to basic training for the Army National Guard. I will be back for the spring semester, so I will go the following year. I'm planning on attending Westchester University and go for the pre-med program. My plan is to be a surgeon, medical surgeon, heart surgeon. So, and I'm really thankful for being here. I really thank everybody.
Thank you, Marvin and Victoria. We're confident that both of you will continue being successful. We look forward to tracking your careers. Great speeches. Yes. Marvin, can you come up, please? Thank you very much. Congratulations, bud.
Not surprised.
Upcoming events. So our fall luncheon is slotted right now for October 10th, 2019, somewhere.
We're working on it.
We're working on things. Treasurer's report, Dr. Morphy.
Unfortunately, I have not gotten the bill for today's luncheon, so I've been asked. That's a good news. Our present balance is $2,367.89. But then there's no tax for the luncheon, and I don't know what it is. So it's $2,367.89. That's
Thank you, Doctor. Barb Ween, door prize.
Joyce.
Joyce, door prize.
Door prize. Okay, the door prize is a yellow ticket. Scream if you don't have a yellow ticket. Everybody has one? Victoria, can you hear you?
A yellow ticket.
All right, if you have